All right, today's the day. Last drive, potentially, in the FX4 F150. It's 2012, got 20,000 miles on it, 27,000 miles on it. Obviously, if you guys pay attention to my channel, I have a Raptor on order. It's supposed to be here in a few weeks. And I spoke to him about trading this thing in early and then trading in the Audi S4 when the Raptor comes in. This truck's been pretty good. I've had it since new. It was an order that someone had canceled. Otherwise, I probably have never found this one because it is a very unique truck. It's fully optioned out FX4. I wouldn't expect it with this many options in it, but it had everything I wanted and then a lot more, and the dealer was willing to deal on it because they were now stuck with it since the guy canceled his order. Well, he actually took a delivery on a different vehicle because he got sick of waiting. I've been waiting almost 5 months for the Raptor, so I can kind of see how if you ordered a truck and it took 5 months to get it, you can kind of get sick of waiting. I have about a 20 or 30 minute drive. So I switched over the tune to the 87 octane tune just now. Seems a little sluggish, but it's driving okay. We'll see what kind of mileage change it gets. I mean, I still have 93 octane in here, but I figured if the next owner, I'd rather have them start with a 87 octane tune and be able to run that in than have to run premium all the time. Me, I don't mind. I don't drive very far, so it's not a big deal. It runs a lot better on 93. Issues with this truck over the past almost 6 years. The main issue has been the rear slider. That has been replaced 3 times under warranty. Twice it caught fire. It didn't burn anything inside the vehicle. It actually burned the housing on the outside of the rear window slider. Didn't do any damage to the paint or anything like that. It just melted it and shorted out and stopped quite a few other things from working. That's been the main problem. I guess when they update to the new version of the slider, it's temperature sensitive, I guess, on the rear defroster, because I guess there's some sort of issue with it overheating or something. I'm not really sure. They didn't go into details on it. But so if it's not below 40 degrees outside, your rear defroster doesn't work and the indicator doesn't turn on, but yet your outside mirrors are still defrosting. It's kind of weird. It's kind of misleading, but once you know it, you get used to it. The second main problem, the sunroof broke on me. I think it was last summer. Yeah, last summer it broke. Just one day it stuck open, and apparently these are known for failures on the latch mechanism. There's a guy on YouTube that has a link to a kit that you can buy. The kit's like 120 bucks or something, and it takes a good solid day to disassemble the whole upper section, basically from your doors up. You got to remove, including taking the seats out, to drop the sunroof assembly down after removing the headliner. So that was a pain in the ass. The dealership, I think, wanted 2,500 bucks to do it. So they said they got to replace the whole entire sunroof assembly, plus labor, and I think they said the sunroof assembly was like 1,500 or something. There's somewhere on there. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong, but I know it was quite expensive. I spent 130 in an afternoon, working on it, and I know I did a nice clean job because I took my time, step by step by step. I made sure I didn't screw anything up or miss any screws or whatever. There's no rattles in here whatsoever, so I felt comfortable with what I did. But other than that, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. It's got 27,400 on it, so it doesn't have a lot of miles. The interior has been fantastic. I love this interior. The color combination is sweet. I like a very minimal interior, and in other words, the mass color changes between components. black and silver and things like that. This has mostly black in here, a little bit of red, but there isn't a lot of drastic changes between a black IP and a bright silver everywhere, you know what I mean? Or things like that. Or wood grain. I hate wood grain. So I'm happy with the interior. Everything else is worked fine. Obviously, about 2 years ago, I did a full lift kit on this thing. I did a BDS lift kit with the Fox coilovers on it. I put 22-inch wheels, or 22 by 12, with Toyo Open Country MTs, the 35 12.5, so I get that nice flat straight sidewall on it. These are the two-piece fuel 2212s. I think there was availability issue with not getting the one-piece versus the two-piece, and this offset and the way it looks with a one-piece wheel versus a two-piece wheel, I like it better with a two-piece. As you can hear, I'm doing just about 80 miles an hour, and there is some tired hum. It isn't annoying. You can deal with it, but there is a little bit. It's not so bad. This lift kit, by far, has been the best I've ever dealt with, including assembly going into the vehicle, and everything bolted right in, everything lined right up. The manufacturing of the lift kit was awesome. The functionality of it, I haven't had any issues because of this lift kit. When I did the lift kit though, when I was tearing the suspension down, the vehicle had about 15,000 on it when I did it. It had a bad ball joint already, which is surprising as hell. I was already past the 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. I was past the 3 years, obviously. But it had a bad upper ball joint. And apparently these F150s, the factory upper A-arms, are crap. They're paper thin, the ball joints are horrible, so they go out. Everyone I know that's had this generation has replaced them. And if you just go to AutoZone or Riley's or whatever, or even Rock Auto, and you order their A-arm, it's a lot thicker, and it seems like a better built ball joint, which is what's on this vehicle on the front right hand side. The left I haven't had an issue with. Let's see what else. I put a full Stage 3 Motorsports, their performance package kit. It's just bolt-ons, has the piping to the turbos. I think I only did from the intercooler up. That's what I think I did. Yeah, I did from the intercooler up. So the cold air, basically the cool side going to the intake is changed, as well as a colder intake to the turbos. So all that piping's been changed. So is that classified as both sides? Well, I guess from the turbo to the intercooler I didn't change. Just from the intercooler to the intake I changed. So that's okay. That's what I changed. So that'd be the hot side and the cold side. So I did the cold side and I did the cold air intake. So I have that. And that's all AFE, and I have an AFE exhaust. The 4-inch exhaust, I don't know if you can hear it, you hear a little bit of a drone when you're into it. It's about 2,500. When you're at freeway speeds though, it's not too bad. Now after the fact, I might have went with the 3.5 instead of the 4-inch. Maybe that will reduce some of the drone, but I'm not sure. And then I have the Livewire TS tuner they sell with the kit, and it gives you 5 tunes. Plus, I think there's 2 or 3 tunes that are on the unit when you buy it. It gives me a little gauge display, and I can monitor all the temperatures and things like that. It's kind of cool. This vehicle doesn't have a boost gauge or anything, so you kind of don't know what the turbos are doing. And what else did I do? I don't think I did anything else to this thing. I tinted the windows. I put a push bar on the front. It's got a little bull bar, just a little cheapy bull bar. I was thinking about changing to an ADD bumper, Addictive Desert Designs bumper on the front, and then taking my 20-inch LED and moving it to that. I bought it's called Black Label. It has, I came in this turn kind of hot. It has a Bluetooth capability, and then it has RGB. In other words, you can change the colors of it on a low a low lighting situation, like if you're parking or whatever. It was something I thought was kind of cool, and I could toggle through it with my phone or any type of Bluetooth controller. And it also has a button that I didn't wire to the cab, but it has a button on the module itself that's attached. It's all just coiled up with it, but you can toggle through the different programmed configurations that you did. You know, you can create one that looks like, you know, police lights or a siren or whatever you want, or even one I did for like during the winter if I'm kind of assisting somebody who's stuck in the snow. I did the white-orange flash back and forth like a service vehicle light, which actually came in handy this year. I used it once. I don't know what it is. Police have an issue with you helping people, and you gotta have some sort of flashing indicators or four-ways or something. But anyway, I also did a couple other programs in it, but that whole entire assembly I think was $200 or something like that. My wife bought it for me for my birthday one year. It goes where your tow hooks go. You can take it off pretty easily, so it's not a big deal. I put the original tow hooks in the back if the new owner wants to switch back or whatever. But anyways, I was going to take that light and put it in the ADD bumper and then put it back on the vehicle where that light was actually behind the bumper. And I thought that was kind of cool. Other than that, this has been pretty good. Dealing with a dealer, trading your vehicle in, there is almost a personal attachment you can get when you have a vehicle this long and you've kind of customized it to your liking. You have an attachment to it, and if you can kind of take it personally when they lowball you on an offer. I've come to the conclusion that when I modify a vehicle and the way I do it, that's money I'm spending entertaining myself with what I'm doing. I don't expect to get a full return on that money. If anything, I might lose whatever I put into it, which probably is the case. But I take that in consideration. So when I looked at the value of this vehicle, I'm looking at it as if it was bone stock with the miles I have on it, the excellent condition, because I do maintain this very well, that type of condition, and trade-in is 31, and that's the middle of the mark for the trade-in value. We're all going to have to see what the dealer does. I'm hoping, based on the relationship I've set with this dealer, which I've never dealt with him before, when I ordered the Raptor, that I want to start a relationship with them where I can do a 5-year turnaround. Buy this Raptor, own it for 5 years, take care of it like I took care of this one. It'll be roughly relatively low miles. I'll trade it in and do it again. If we can keep that rapport going, we could probably have a pretty good relationship. If they're like every other dealer I've dealt with before, they're going to try to rip me off first, and it's going to piss me off, and I'll walk away. I like this truck, but I want to experience the Raptor, and that's, to me, owning a vehicle. It's all about the experience, and not so much just driving it as a daily vehicle and using it. It's the experience of ownership, what it was like to own it, and things like that. So that's where I'm at with it. So let's see how that works out. If it works out good, I'll let you know right after this, and the F-150 will be gone. If not, I'll be telling you the deal fell through, and I'm keeping this truck, and we have some future mods I'm going to do to it, and stay tuned for that. All right? Thanks for watching.